Welcome to the Gleason Lake 5th grade curriculum presentation. Thanks for viewing. Hopefully this will give you a good idea of how 5th grade will look for your 5th grader and you.
At Gleason Lake, we promote self-esteem in a safe, caring atmosphere where everyone feels a sense of belonging. We do this by teaching and reinforcing our Gator Pride expectations, which focus on respecting self, others, property, and our community. Our school day at Gleason Lake begins at 8:30. It's very important that students who are dropped off in the morning arrive by 8:20 so lessons can begin promptly at 8:30. Math lessons are in the morning. We also have our designated rotation time, which consists of either science, social studies, or health. You will hear more about this rotation time later in our presentation. 5th graders' afternoon consists of specialists: physical education, music, technology, Spanish, art, and media, followed by language arts.
We use collaborative classrooms making meaning, comprehension, and vocabulary program. Students will become highly literate, critical thinkers who learn from, care for, and respect one another.
5th graders read for extended periods of time and discuss what they have read from multiple genres. We use Lucy Calkins' Units of Study as our writing curriculum resource. 5th grade writing reflects a more conscious use of language structures such as transition words. Students have practice with narrative, informational, and argumentative or persuasive essays. They choose words more deliberately to convey the meaning they intend. They edit and proofread their writing and identify simple parts of speech, like nouns and verbs. Daily writing activities include informal and formal writing opportunities. 5th graders love to share their writing. We share our writing both formally and informally through small group presentation, large group presentation, and debate.
We use the Bridges in Mathematics curriculum by the Math Learning Center. Students focus on computing with fractions, dividing larger numbers, calculating with decimal numbers, and finding the volume of rectangular prism. Look for family letters coming home at the beginning of each unit. These letters help you assist your 5th grader on any math homework. You can help your student in math by asking questions, guiding them to focus on pictures to model problems, and most importantly, be open to learning and talking with your 5th grader about math. Class instruction is a combination of whole group, small group, and independent activities that are problem-centered. Students will use a variety of manipulatives to build their math understanding in various investigations. Students will be asked to use various models to show their math thinking. For example, using clocks and money to think about fractions, or showing decimals using place value pieces. Students will experience math through real-world problem solving. Notice how students are expected to show their work with pictures, words, numbers, and equations. Students often spend time in workplaces, which is like math stations. Students self-select games to play in partnerships to practice unit skills. If your student needs reinforcement in skills, they may work in a small group with the teacher during workplace time.
Number Corner features 20-minute workouts that introduce, reinforce, and extend math skills and concepts. 5th graders predict and post new markers in the calendar grid pocket chart. Students collect and record a unit of measure or a small set of data each day and then make observations and draw conclusions about the collection. 5th graders play games and participate in activities designed to improve computational fluency. Most of the problems students solve revolve around real-world situations. Students engage in problem strings, a focused, whole group activity designed to increase students' understanding of mathematical operations and relationships between numbers. Let's talk homework, every 5th grader's favorite topic. We expect your student to gain independence and responsibility this year. Students will be given a planner and are responsible for recording daily homework assignments in this planner. Ask your 5th grader to share his or her planner with you each night. Consistent daily reading is essential for student reading growth. Students are expected to complete a weekly reading log. On this log, students record minutes each week. They should be reading 30 minutes 5 times a week. Parents must initial the minutes that students have read. 3 times per week, students must track their thinking on the back. We have included sentence starters to help your 5th grader get started. You can expect your student to come home with math home connections about 2 to 3 times per week.
5th grade science curriculum guides students through scientific investigations using the scientific method, experimenting with forces in motion using levers and pulleys, investigating the Earth's surface by creating working stream tables, and finding their inner engineer using the Lego kits. Students explore the history of North America in the period before 1800. They learn about complex societies that existed on the continent before 1500 and the subsequent interactions between indigenous peoples, Europeans, and Africans during the period of colonization and settlement. This is done using an interactive online text and a project-based format that allows students to get closer to their country's history.
The fifth grade health curriculum covers 5 units of study: mental, emotional, family, and social health, growth and nutrition, personal health and safety, drugs and disease prevention, and community and environmental health. The primary resources used to address these topics in the classroom are McGraw-Hill's Health and Wellness Curriculum and the Second Step program published by the Committee for Children.
Fifth graders meet some of the health standards through the DARE program. The Plymouth Police and Wayzata community provide a DARE officer to do a 10-week training for students. Fifth graders graduate from the DARE program with a better understanding of peer pressure and decision making.
During the month of January, students will use the scientific method to choose a problem, make a hypothesis, complete an experiment, gather data, and report the results for a science fair project. The science fair project is broken down into manageable parts with some required work at home and some work time at school. Students then share all their results at the 5th grade science fair in the gym.
We have 3 main field trips during the year: the Kindness Retreat in the fall, the ski trip to Highland Hills Ski Area in Bloomington in the winter, and an end-of-the-year celebration, typically on the last day of school. Permission slips and information about these trips will come home as the specific dates approach. On the Kindness Retreat, the Youth Frontiers retreat staff facilitate the day and focus on creating a more positive school community by engaging students in a variety of activities that build students' empathy skills and teach safe ways to help prevent bullying. This high-energy, interactive retreat is scheduled for mid-October. Look for more information and volunteer sign-ups at open house and during the first weeks of school. We take a trip to Highland Hills Ski Area in February. Highland Hills provides lessons for all students before hitting the slopes.
5th grade is a fun-filled learning year. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about your students' year ahead. We are eager to meet you and our new students. Please contact us if you have any specific questions. See you in September.